Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
This is Tammy Patzer, and today's guest is Rick Roberts of Tri-Cities EBS, Tri-Cities eCommerce Business Solutions. His company helps small businesses with internet brand awareness and customer retention through retarget marketing. Through the services offered by Tri-Cities eCommerce Business Solutions, businesses with even a tiny small budget can realize the power and effectiveness of using the internet to bring and build strong and engaging customer relations. Welcome, Rick.
Hey, Tammy, how are you doing today?
Great. I'm really excited to be talking to you about retargeting, because retargeting is something that we've heard of, but what is it? So I'm going to go ahead and just ask you to explain what is retargeting and how can it help businesses?
Okay, that's a great question. Actually, retargeting is becoming the future of online advertising. And basically what retargeting is when someone comes to your website, and most website owners aren't aware of this, and some of them are and don't know actually how to cure it. But when most people go to your website, you only have like 2 to 5% of the people that will actually return to your website, bookmark it or whatever, or take action. So you'll have, 95 to 98% of the people that leave your website. So what retargeting does is it sets a pixel in their browser so that when they go to other websites, such as, like CNN or Facebook or some of the other websites they visit on a daily basis, that if you have ad spends on one of those sites, that they can show an actual banner that reminds people of your website. So it engages people to come back and remember your website, because most often what happens, and it's not that people maybe aren't interested in what you have on your website, it's just they may get interrupted, may get a phone call, one of the kids may be having a problem they have to deal with, or somebody comes to the door, and next thing you know, they're off and involved in something else, and then it's just a natural thing that you visit so many websites that you forget which ones you went to and you forget which ones you really want to go back to. So by having this retargeting and the reminders on other websites that of your website, it gives people the engagement to go back to your website and check out what you have to offer.
Okay, so that's why whenever we, like if we do research on, let's say we're thinking about buying a new car or something, all of a sudden Toyota is following us everywhere we go online, and we just think, oh, wow, that's interesting. I want to ask you a question. You said the word pixel, and I know that many people associate pixels with photos. What exactly is a pixel?
Well, it actually is an image. It's a little small image, or usually 1 by 1. I mean, you can't see them, but they're embedded like a cookie. When you go to a website that does cookies, most people are aware of what cookies are. They store information about your visits to the website, maybe your login info or something like that, or where you were last at. A pixel acts as the same thing. It registers as a cookie that the other websites will look for that pixel to be stored on your computer. If they see it, well, then they will display the banner for that website that it came from. Okay,
so obviously retargeting is paid advertising, and you mentioned Facebook and CNN. If I wanted to have some pixels or do retargeting, how would I go about it, and which services or sites would I be using?
Well, there's several places where you can go to get started with retarget marketing. And, a lot of the bigger companies like Google and Facebook themselves can offer the same services themselves. And basically what they do first is you set up a custom tracking code in your website source files that will actually generate this pixel and store it on the person's computer when they visit your website. And from there, the whoever you're using for your advertising spends will actually, when somebody comes back to that website, say it's Facebook, for example, they will look for that pixel, and if they see that pixel, they will see that you have an ad budget, that you're displaying a banner for your website, and they will display that banner back to the person to remind them of your website.
So basically you are going to be using Facebook or Google AdWords or some type of company to create these advertising campaigns. I've heard of a term called custom audiences, and that's related to this retargeting. Can you explain exactly how I would do that and what that would mean to me as a business owner if I was able to have custom audiences?
Okay, so a custom audience is basically when you're generating this pixel on your website and it stores on the computer, it creates an audience of people that have been to your website. It stores it in the database on the particular website that's generating the custom audience for you. It's basically like list building in a way, in that you're collecting information from people that's been to your website, and you want to be able to show them a targeted ad on whatever they looked at. A great example of this is, not too long ago, I went to Amazon to look up a vacuum cleaner. I was looking for a particular brand of vacuum cleaner. And after visiting that website, that one page on Amazon about that vacuum cleaner, not long after that, I went to Facebook, and there was that vacuum cleaner, a banner for that vacuum cleaner on my Facebook profile. They had seen that I had been to Amazon and was looking at a particular vacuum cleaner, and they were showing me that vacuum cleaner over and over again, hoping that I would go back to Amazon and read more about it.
Or buy it.
Buy it is the ultimate goal, exactly. But they were building a custom audience of people that had looked at that particular item, and they knew that if they were interested in that item, they may go to other websites that allows banner advertising and uses custom audiences, and they would show me that banner again about that vacuum cleaner to remind me that I had been there and had looked at it.
This sounds like it's really, really hard and complicated and really expensive. Is this something that your average businesses can really look into and use?
That's the thing. Even though the ad companies will tell you that it's easy to do and it's no problem, they can set it all up and do it for you, it's really more complicated than what they let on. The average business owner doesn't have time to design the banners to start with, and plus they don't want to deal with editing their source code on their website. Most of them don't even know how to edit their websites to start with. They have people that do that for them. But then after all that's created, then you got to get into the actual ad budget and creating the ads, and it does get to be complicated. Most business owners don't have time for that kind of thing. It's a whole new learning curve. So companies like mine, what we do is we take the ball for them and run with it. We create the pixels, we create the banners, we create the ad campaigns, and we set their budget, whatever they can afford to spend on a daily basis or monthly basis, whatever their budget might be. And we just sprinkle those ads throughout the different websites that allow retarget marketing.
So even with a small budget, and after I ask this question, I'm going to ask you, like, if you were to start, what you would suggest. But even with a small budget, because you're retargeting people who have actually been to your website, they're interested. So you're actually creating a list of what I guess would be considered either high quality prospects or better quality prospects and clients, because you're actually targeting people who express interest to begin with. So is that a true statement? And then how small of a budget could I start with?
Well, that's a good question. And most of the time, businesses that want to get into this, they want to try it out on a trial basis to see how well it's going to work for them. And if you were to go to Google AdWords or Facebook, they have, setups where you can, spend money with them, but it's going to be very expensive and they're going to charge you a lot more for the clicks, because that's actually how it works. They'll display your banner over and over again, but when somebody clicks it, that's when you actually have to pay for the click. Now, what my company does, we work with several different advertisers, and we do what we call real-time bidding. And what we do is we buy ad packages on these websites that offer retarget marketing, and we will bid on the same clicks that you would get directly from Facebook or Google, but at a much cheaper rate. In other words, if you were to go to Google right now, say you're a plumber, and you went to Google right now and bought an AdWords campaign, you would pay anywhere from $3 to $15 per click for prospects. Through my company, you can get that same click, that same ad that you would run on Google, but it would be about a third of that cost. So that's about the average, what it would be. It's about 1/3 of what you would get spend if you were to do it directly yourself. Now, through my company with the real-time bidding, we can start packages as low as $50 to $100. We can get you started. And actually, to show people the effectiveness and how it works, we actually build their custom audience for them first before we spend any of their money. We want to make sure that they have a custom audience of people that have shown an interest in their website and their services and their products before we start running any ads at all, so that when they know that when the ads are being shown, they're being shown to people that were interested to start with into checking out their services and products, and that may show an interest in coming back later.
Wow, that's cool. How large typically is a minimum for a custom audience? Like how long, how many people typically would be in a custom audience before you would start spending money?
Typically between 1,000 and 5,000 people.
Oh, okay. Well, that's quite a few people. And all of those people are people who have expressed interest in your business to begin with. So that increases the odds of them becoming your customer. And like you said, because they're a higher quality audience, the retargeting helps you pay less per click.
Exactly. Yeah, they've already shown an interest by going to your website and checking out either, one of your products or services. So by them seeing a reminder advertisement on another website they've been to, it reminds them to go back and check into it again. And yeah, they're definitely targeted there. I mean, they've already shown an interest in the product, and they've already shown, that that's something that they're wanting more information about, and possibly in the purchase process of, actually checking out other sites that offer that same thing. So by seeing your ad again, it reminds them to go back to your site, as opposed to maybe getting steered off to another website and forgetting all about yours. And yeah, through the real-time bidding, it's definitely much cheaper, and you can get a lot more coverage with your banner ads throughout the ad networks.
Wow. I've heard of real-time bidding, but I really wasn't sure exactly what that meant or how that worked. So retargeting will help a business to use their own digital assets, their own website, to get people who maybe have gone to their website but then left for whatever reason. You create a custom audience, and then you use like the real-time bidding, which helps because you're actually buying for a lot more bit buys, and then your clients are getting the reward because you're spending more money, but they're only paying a smaller portion. Is that how that works for your client?
Yeah, we buy bigger ad blocks than what they would normally buy, so we get the clicks at a much cheaper rate because we are buying in such a bulk spend like that. So it means we can pass on the savings to the website owner.
Oh, cool. So if somebody wants to get more information about your company and your services, where can they get that?
They can go to my website, which is tricities-ebs.com. It's TRICITIES businessebs.com, or they can call me on my phone at 423-408-2841. And I'd be glad to help work with anybody. And I actually show them how to get started with building a custom audience before we spend any money on their ads.
Wow, that would be cool. I want you to leave with giving everyone a golden nugget about why they should consider retargeting today.
Well, like I said in the very beginning, most website owners realize that they need to spend money to build a brand and to get new clients and prospects. And it's really hard for, a website owner that's trying to run his business to actually trying to concentrate on doing this at the same time. They want to be working on their business, not in their business. So by spending money on retargeting, they're actually helping build their custom audience, their people that are targeted and interested in their products to come back to their website that will engage with them. And this is the kind of thing that you're going to see progressing as we go on. A few years ago, it was video, and video is still real popular, but now it's trying to get people to come back to your website to check out your information more, because we get so distracted now that when somebody's in the process of looking for a product or a service, they will actually check out 2 or 3 different offers before they make a decision. And a lot of times they will put this decision off. So by having a reminder that they had been to your website, it gives you another opportunity to close that sale.
Great. Today's guest has been Rick Roberts of Tri-Cities eCommerce Business Solutions. His company helps small businesses with internet brand awareness and customer retention through retarget marketing. Thanks a lot, Rick. This is Tammy Patzer, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.